If you're one of those people that feel like getting into property is difficult and you can't build wealth easily, then this video is definitely for you. In this video, I'm going to explain how easy it is to build wealth using property. There's two main ways. One is rent-to-rent strategy and one is the buy, refurb, refinance strategy. For me, you need to start with the rent-to-rent strategy, or most people do, so we're going to start there. And the good thing about rent-to-rent is you don't need stacks of cash to get involved in it. You're using somebody else's property and you're going to make the profit margin based on your rent that you pay them and what you bring in via either service accommodation or by renting it on a room-by-room basis known as a HMO, or house of multiple occupancy. Now, the main thing you've got to do is know your avatar and know your area before you then decide on what type of property you're going to go and invest in, what location you're going to try and find properties in, and then start speaking to the right landlords. Now, your avatar dictates how you're going to set it up. For example, my avatar, my business, especially the service accommodation side, is contractors. I want traveling tradesmen to come into my business. I want traveling tradesmen to be staying in our homes. Now, what I do is I make the homes a home from home. I want them to feel like they can come, get a shower, watch Netflix, go to bed, go to work, repeat the process 3-4 nights a week. That's all they want to do, is just a very simple life, very similar to home from home. I don't need any fancy furniture, I don't need fancy TVs, Xboxes, etc., because that's not what they're after. You know, these guys are just traveling tradesmen. They just want to come in from work and have a comfy environment to be able to cook their food, maybe have a beer, chill out and watch Netflix, and then repeat their busy day the next day. So that's my avatar. So I go looking for properties in an area that tradesmen are going to be working in. They can park their vans outside quite easily, and they're going to want to stay in our properties and they're going to be comfortable staying in those properties. Whilst I've still got your attention, if you're enjoying this video content, then there's plenty more where it came from. Don't forget to hit the bell notification and subscribe to the channel. And there's links in the description which give you other videos exactly like this one to help you on your property journey. The next part of the process is agreeing the deal and then repeating that process. So once you know what your area is, you're then going to go and find those properties. You're going to look on Rightmoves, Gumtrees, Open Rents, Zooplers, wherever you are, Facebook, and you're going to find those landlords. You're going to open the conversations and you're going to get on viewings in those areas. You've already identified the area. Now, the biggest mistake is most people just go out and try and find properties without really knowing what their avatar is. So first and foremost, you've got to figure that out, because that'll mean you'll spend less time viewing the wrong properties and you'll focus more on the right properties, which will increase your results, get you properties quicker, cash flow quicker, and ultimately you'll build your net wealth quicker. Because the more cash flow that you've got coming in, the more you're building your pot of money up, the more you can reinvest, and you can either then reinvest into more rent-to-rent properties, or the golden nugget, which is getting your buy, refurbish, refinance portfolio started, because that's where your net wealth is. Rent-to-rent is great, but it is building your business on somebody else's foundations. The stuff that you own, you decide what you want to do with it, how long you want to do it for. There's no landlord telling you that I need my property back, I'm thinking about selling it, or they might have changed their mind. You know, it's your property. You can decide what you want to do with it. But for me, rent-to-rent is a fundamental part of the property strategy, the whole business model, because it injects great cash flow into the business from day one, and it can happen as quick as week one. You know, we can set, if we choose a property in the right location, we've identified the avatar, we've identified the location, we've set the property up, we get it live on the booking channels, we'll get a booking in week one. The property's cash flow from week one. Typically with a BRR deal, you're going to go through conveyancing for 2-3 months, you're then going to get the keys, your builder's going to go in whilst you're paying bridging loans, investor finance, however you decide to structure. That is a different video altogether. But ultimately, your interest starts. Even if you buy it for your own cash, your cash is burning money whilst it's not generating income. So there's a lag on BRR and you don't get that instant cash injection. With rent-to-rent, you do. From week one, with the right property, you will start getting paid. The pot begins to build and build and build, bigger than you can, ever dream of, really. In my experience, it went so quick and I wasn't expecting it at all. It went really, really quick, but I almost didn't know what to do with the money. So what I then did is reinvested it into the BRR strategy, and that then built my net wealth into 7 figures, and obviously aiming for 8 figures and above going forward. Over time, you can create serious wealth using both these strategies tied together. And for me, I think those that decide to do one or the other aren't really giving their business the best chance of pure success and that huge net wealth and that financial freedom that everyone's after. So mix the two strategies together, find the right deals for you, and then make sure you're constantly making your cash flow work for you. So on that front, try not to take too much money out of the business at the beginning and pump all the cash flow back in. And in an ideal world, you want to be starting to drip it into your own assets that you own, and then it's your foundation that you're building your business from over time. Thanks for watching this video. There's plenty more awesome content where this came from. As I said, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and continue watching the videos. And if you really want to get ahead of the game, then join my private Facebook group. Just head over to Facebook, 7 Figure Property Empire. Click the link to join and we'll get you on the inside.